マカフォンチェカマカフォンチェカマカマカマカマカマカフォンチェカズバリ本来近い未来基地がユースカイマカがいっぱい突然変異染色体以上どんどん広がるカープの世界通のは単なるただの前置き蹴飛ばせちゃぶ台青春のない悩み悩んでじゃ夜眠れない積もり積もったら言い出せないバカバカバカバカバカバカバカが戦車でやってくるバカ D バカバカバカバカバカバカブーバカバカバカバカバカバカブーバカバカバカバカバカバカブー
Haven't done a Morning Turns to Darkness in a long time, so I thought maybe we could have a conversation.
We could do that.
I like to revisit old projects.
Whatever happened to Night Freaks? I like that logo you had, you know, remember that?
Oh, yeah, Night Freaks logo was badass.
Who designed that?
That was Mitch DC.
Mitch is awesome.
Yeah.
I was mean to him one time, and I regret it, but I think he's a good guy. I always did think that, even when I was arguing with him. He just drove people away. I hate being mentally ill. I'm sick of driving people away, good people, too. Mitch is a good person, you know?
Well, he told me that he stayed up with you, like, really late at night.
Yeah.
Because he's in Europe, so it might not have been late at night. He said you were having, like, some kind of meltdown or something.
I was having a conniption fit like you wouldn't believe.
And then you, like, went crazy on him, and it, like, really...
It's
you know
true.
what I'm saying? Like, I could tell you Mitch DC to tell you fuck off and die, like, in a second. Like, he's not a guy that'll blow smoke up your ass, you know what I mean?
It took a long time, but I finally pissed him off. It seems like some kind of fucking challenge for me to do that, and I don't like doing that. I mean, I'm here alone. I'm alone. I have no companions, no one to help me when I need them, no one to go places where even anyone I could hire. They said I could hire somebody. They said I could hire a friend, $16 an hour if they got to have a car and people that drive me around and clean and stuff. I could hire my friend if I wanted to just come here and sit with me.
Have you considered Laura?
No way. Laura can't do anything. Laura has to get help.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He's got to help her.
Laura's got a full-time maid.
Oh, he's got a full-time maid.
Oh, yeah.
A live-in?
He has a driver, a maid. No, she don't live in there. But he gives her so much money that the family or some Muslim lady, from what I understand, the family was able to buy another car. Laura puts under the side. And that's why this lady is so devoted to Laura. That's the only person I've ever seen Laura take care of. And I'm glad, because that lady, we call her Monster because Laura can't pronounce her name. Her name's Monsera. And she's really awesome.
It's not very nice.
No, it's in a loving way. I love that lady.
Oh.
And we told her, too, when she came over, and we explained it. I said, Laura, I can't pronounce your name, so she's cool. Coolest lady ever. I drew a Marilyn Manson logo on Laura's wall in Laura's condo. Well, she don't live there anymore, so she was cleaning the logo. It was funny. I took a picture of that. I got a picture of that where she was cleaning the logo, but I don't think she'd like to be in a video. So I'll send you the picture. I wanted to talk about us. Well, we don't call him the O name anymore. The person formerly known as. This person doesn't have a name, and I don't know what to call her by. And after you instructed me, well, you didn't instruct me, you brought it to me about Rob Zombie Chick. I don't know what to call her. I didn't know that. I thought she was messing around. I didn't know she really was transgender. So in this video, I'd like to apologize because, you know, I have nothing against her. And if she's really genuine about being transgender, being a female, then I'm not. You know how you explained it in a way that touched my heart. Like, how would I'm a celebrity and I treated a fan that was supporting me publicly badly. That spoke to me. And you said, well, what if a celebrity I like went public and started talking shit about me, like, say, Marilyn Manson? I'd be fucking livid. I'd see blood and daggers would be going out. And so that spoke to me, and that's why I'm apologizing now to Rob Zombie Chick. If you'll forgive me, I'm sorry that this entertainer has been a fool, and you were a good fan of mine. And if you'll please forgive me, You know, I just thought you was pulling a prank, and people, they trick me a lot on the internet, and I don't know who to trust. I get angry at people. I feel stupid because I'll see somebody one day and then they'll be a different person. I'm like, what the hell just happened? I think there's something wrong with me. Like when the downstairs, the landlord changed the washing machine, I'm like, wait a minute, what just happened? And I started crying because it was different. But then he said, oh no, you got a new one. I'm like, oh, okay. But it only has cold water, so I can't use it. I go to the laundromat. Well, there's always a solution for everything.
Well, I mean, I think I really don't know what Rob Zombie chick, they didn't really say like anything about their transition. You know what I mean? So
Well, I'm assuming. I would like to know
yeah,
what her name.
I'm assuming too. You know what I mean?
She can't go by Rob Zombie Check. I mean, that's like the stage name. Like I'm Mini Manson. Like, so she has a name. You know, just a first name. She can make one up even. She don't even have to say the real name.
Well, I do know it's a real like their transition. I mean, they're going by female and stuff. So I don't know.
I don't know if they have a lawyer in her town, but I could probably help with the name change, and she probably wouldn't even have to pay. Well, she's got a job, so it'll probably make her pay, but I didn't have to pay because I'm on Social Security and all that. It would have cost over $500. I mean, I basically had to go to the 10th floor of the Daily Center, and they had a lawyer there from the Transformative Justice Law Project. You know, if anybody out there's watching this and you want to do a name change and you can't afford it, look up the Transformative Justice Law Project in Chicago. Call them up or email them and ask them, say, I live in this town. They'll probably have connections that could probably hook you right up. And they'll go with you and they'll every step of the way. The only thing you have to pay for is the $15 or whatever your state charges for the birth certificate. So they make you put an ad, you know, they help you with that too. They make you advertise that you intend to change your name. Look in the law bulletin here in Chicago. I had to do that. Because people might try to change your name to hide from the law and shit like that. So there has to be like a little period of time. So it takes about 3 months from beginning to end. And they'll take you to get your ID too. It's like a grassroots type of legal thing. And there's thunder and lightning outside and it's fucking awesome.
It's like your AMSR videos.
Yeah. Asthma, ASMR, AMSR. Did you just say I'm AMSR? Yeah, I can hear very well in my brain when I listen. It's like if I'm not looking and I'm just like blank stare, and I can hear things. Because of my dyslexia, I'm able to catch things.
Do you want to talk about the Todd Goldfinger appearance?
I want to apologize to Todd Goldfinger too. You know, Todd, I got to tell you something. Grady's a good guy because he talked to me. I kept going to Grady and saying, what happened? Why did this happen? I was freaking out and I was upset because of 6 months ago.
Well, let's talk about, if you don't mind, let's talk about what happened, because probably a lot of people watching don't know because
I know I'm going to get to it.
They took the video out. Okay, go ahead.
I'll make it short and then I'll explain it longer. How about that?
That's fine.
Basically, my clothes combusted on my body while I was on the show with him last week. And with me being upset and the heat in my apartment, something happened. And it was those red PVC pants. They just started opening up with holes and snapping. And I'm like, oh, fuck, what the hell's going on? And you could see me in the video. I'm like, what the hell? What is this? And then my jacket, something just went haywire in the back of my jacket. So I went to get a X-Acto knife to cut this thing out. And the heat in my body is what accelerated all of this. It just basically caused a Rube Goldberg of misery, if you know what a Rube Goldberg machine is. So I'm in there trying to hack it out, and then I misplaced the damn knife, and that's when I really lost it. I couldn't function anymore. It took me 2 days to find the knife. It was over there behind the chair, the computer there. But short story is 6 months ago, I guess Todd was really excited. He said, I'm working for him. I want to do all these projects. But he kept me on the phone for 4.5 hours, and I was starting to wilt like a flower. I was losing it. And I just started being negative. He's like, you're negative. And he hung up on me, wouldn't talk to me for 6 months. And I'll be honest, when he got in touch with me again, I still had hurt feelings. And I wish that I would have knew how to go to him and say, I'm still hurt. How can we talk about this before we go live on your show? So it was basically click, hang up. And 6 months later, when I come on my show, I could have been professional. I could have put a different jacket on. I could have not wore a jacket. But then when I saw my pants burning, I fucking lost it. I'm sorry, Todd, that I got so angry and that I didn't talk to you first. And the thing about the girlfriend, I didn't expect it. If you would have came to me a few days before and introduced me, said, this is my girlfriend, she's going to be around her, you could have said to me, and you didn't know any better, so it's no one's blame. I can't blame you. I can't blame me. It was just an honest mistake that caused friction, much like the fire that happened in here. If you would have talked to me, you said you could say to me, for the future, if you're going to have someone on your show and your girlfriend's going to be there and you're going to be making out and frolicking, tell them, watch my videos. Because I actually went on your channel and I watched your videos for the last 3 weeks to understand the nature of your show. And I do understand that now. And you're lucky you found someone to love you. I hope that honeymoon period doesn't ever last. But I also understand when I saw you all happy like that with this beautiful French girl, Colette. See, I haven't learned her name. She's beautiful. I love French people. I love the French culture. And my heart was broken when I heard out of her mouth, she said, this is a bad person. I'm not a bad person. I'm a human being with real serious mental problems. And I don't want to be a bad person. I don't want to treat my fans bad or drive them away. I've done that to people who love me, and I couldn't accept their love. I couldn't believe that people were loving me. But the truth is, people do love me. They love Mini Manson. And I have a counselor now, and I talk to him every Friday. And I talk to Grady. I talk to other people. There's some smart people in the world. You don't have to have a PhD to help somebody. So between all these people here, I've been able to come to the conclusion that if I don't stop this shit, I ain't gonna have any fans anymore. I can't believe somebody today. I made $80 today. People bought my merch. Somebody hired me to do a song. I thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. I have to be humble and think about that. Somebody's actually paying me to sing and paying to get my magnets and my merch. They want to put on their wall.
Do you ever get into it with like just normal, like non-streamer fans, or is it just the other streamers? Like maybe there's some kind of competition.
It was private fans too, and my heart is broken. A lot of them were females. They were supporting me, giving me hundreds of dollars a month. And then they'd disappear after a few months and wouldn't speak to me. And I'd say, where are you? How are you? You know, and then they'd come back and I'd get mad and say, why the hell did you blow me up? And instead of being patient and stepping back, I haven't been around enough people in my life and close to people to understand how their life works. But I'm understanding more and more every day that everybody's experiencing extreme hardship with parents dying and their husband with cancer. I'm not going to name fans, but I have a fan whose husband is dying of cancer. I have another fan. She has a few of them, actually. There's like 3 of them have to take care of her mother while in school.
Yeah, for me, this is like literally the worst time of my life. You know, like my whole family.
What happened to you today?
Huh?
Is that what you're going to tell them about what happened today when you hit your head?
Oh no! I mean, yeah, that was yesterday. I hit my head so bad that I don't know. I went to sleep. I woke up. I come out of my bedroom and there's like water in the hallway, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" So I go look, and the toilet is like overflowing, and I mean, there's like 6 inches of fucking water.
I don't know the water performed that function, but you fixed it, obviously, right?
Oh man, like, well, I had to get all this water up, you know. Like I fixed the toilet. I got to stop running. You know, I didn't even know it was running, and I had to clean up all. I mean, it was a massive amount of water, dude, that came up out of the fucking toilet. You know, so I'm like underneath the sink, like
function too, huh?
Yeah, I'm under the sink trying to get all this water up.
Yeah,
and I'm kind of pissed anyway, right? So I'm moving around like real quick, you know. I just want to get this over with, and I come up and I bash my fucking head on the sink so violently, man. It felt like I literally felt my brain like rattling inside my fucking skull.
I hate bathroom sinks. I busted my hand twice in my bathroom sink.
Yeah,
because I lifted my hand up like that, crack, broke my fingers actually, not my hand.
And I
So
think I had,
it's 3 times.
I think I had a concussion or something, man. And
Is
I
there a
woke.
big soft thing on your head right now? Did you put ice?
Yeah, it's still a little swollen. I didn't put any ice. Like
Where is it? Right back there where your hand is?
I literally, because I had, like I said, I had just woken up, but I had been cleaning this water up for like an hour and a half. There was so much water, and I bashed my fucking head, and I'm like, oh my fucking god, and then I don't know. I see that the water came through the wall into
Did you
my
have any
bed.
comic books, or did you have comic books in there? Because they draw a lot of water.
Oh no, no. I mean, luckily
It's
nothing
probably
that
why it's
I
raining.
had really got damaged. Like the wall don't even look damaged or anything, but still
Toilets are weird. They do weird shit.
yeah, like I don't know. I had to clean up all this. I mean, it was horrible, and then I kind of just passed out. Like I lay down in the bed and I passed out, and I woke up in the middle of the night. And my head was killing me, and I like touched my head. Dude, I swear there was like a fucking knot on my head, like that
Just
fucking
went to the
big,
hospital.
sticking up off my fucking head, and it was bleeding. Like I had like a gash in my head that I didn't
Went to
even
the
know.
hospital. You hit your head, you can fucking die. You're supposed to sleep when you hit your head.
Well, I slept for like 12 hours, man. I was probably concussioned or something.
Yeah, it was. You could have died.
Now it's like scabbed over, it's not bleeding anymore. And it's only like kind of swollen, but I don't know.
Well, you could put ice on it and stuff every once in a while.
So what did you think about the Laura video? Did you watch that one?
I did watch it. It was cool.
Yeah,
I
that's
gave
cool.
you pictures for it, but I guess they were so high up in the DM, you probably couldn't find them.
Yeah, I guess so.
But you used the one of me with singing when I had the staff and the satanic all rat in my Satan mask, and I had my, that thing over there, the trident, and I was being all demanding on stage. That was hot.
Yeah, Laura is somebody you bring up a lot, and it sounds like it was a big part
Because
of your life,
I knew Laura for 10 years. I bring up Bob a lot too. Bob was a good friend, but Laura's more recent in my life and more of a challenging person. Laura never really did anything I wanted. Can you imagine being friends with somebody and even have like a common law marriage, and you live with somebody and they're rich and you're poor and you have to constantly be in their shadow? That's why I say things about Laura, because Laura's not very understanding or generous. Laura's like, you're poor, I'm not helping you. Get your own money. I mean, very, very conceited. I never knew anyone so conceited. And you think I'm a clothes horse? You should see Laura. He's got a lot more clothes than I do. She's got a lot more clothes than I do. Even though I don't like Laura, I'll use the proper gender term.
Yeah.
And I never want to hear Laura saying, call me David, call me Michael again. If you're going to be female, you're going to be Laura. All your IDs will say Laura. Everybody you talk to now, including your family, Laura. No more of this David shit.
They'll say that, oh, well, they can, they're fluid. They can, you have to respect them or whatever. But I don't know. To me, it's sort of like, how do you differentiate between a fluid person and a
That's
man?
Laura never told me that she was fluid, but she's genderqueer. I guess it would be the same thing. But she never said, sometimes I feel like a David, sometimes I feel like a not. No.
I wonder what genderqueer means. I've never even.
Genderqueer is just about the same as, you're not really sure. And you want to identify as a male, a female, and just about everything. Not as an animal or anything, but some people do. So there's furries out there. Dylan, I'm talking to you. Furry.
You've heard of Sirius Radio, right?
Mm-hmm. I heard of funny radio too.
Yeah, the guy that made that, the guy that created the satellite technology, he's like a billionaire now.
A billionaire?
And he was some engineer.
Okay.
He like actually created like those little like he first created those like it eventually got bought out by DirecTV or Dish Network, those little dishes that people would put on the side of their house.
Mm-hmm.
So they sold that, and then he created this like outer space, like it's like they call it like an 8-figure thing where they put these satellites in the figure of an 8. So then when you drive around in your car and you have a little satellite receiver on your car, it can pick up the signal from like all these different satellites as you're moving, you know. He like went to Africa and he was like out in the jungle and he met this like jungle lady out, like, you know, one of the, not a I guess what I don't know, what would you call civilized? I guess if you're living in the jungle, I mean you would be part of like native, I guess, or something, you know.
Pharaoh again.
And she lived like in the trees and stuff. I mean, I don't know. It was really fucking weird. Like, and he met this lady, or he met this tribe or something. And I don't know if they like offered him this lady or so, I don't know, but he ended up marrying her. And she doesn't speak English. She can only like do that clicking kind of thing they do. And I think she speaks English now because they've been married for like 20, 30 years, you know. But he gets married to this lady, and then when he turns 50 years old, he decides that he's always wondered what it would be like to be a woman. Like, he's not necessarily gay or anything. He just wanted to know what it felt like. So he wanted to live the second half of his life as a woman, right? So he went and had the full sex change, and he's still married to this African lady.
Is he a white guy? The guy they're talking about?
Yeah, he's a white guy. He had kids with the African lady, right? And there's like some really rare disease, like genetic disease, that only like tribal people in Africa get. And his daughter had it, so he sold like all of his serious stock, and he started this like medical foundation with the sole purpose to find a cure for this rare African disease. And they found a cure, and he was able to cure his daughter of this disease. And he also ended up saving like 500,000 people's lives because they also had this disease, you know.
Good for him. Billionaires doing good.
So then it's like he turned his like medical company that he had founded to do this. They started like, they're in the news recently because what they're doing is they're growing human hearts inside of pigs. I don't know if you've heard about that.
No, I didn't.
Supposedly they genetically alter the pig to where they have like a human heart, and then they just kill the pig. They could put that into a human being.
Hopefully they take it out of the pig before they do that. A bug flew up my nose. Did you want me to tell people about the bug?
Yeah, go ahead.
It was like a June bug, and I was live, and I had my phone, and I was walking outside in the dark by the park. June bugs are attracted to light, and you know they go up and hit and bump on the window, and they hit on the light outside. They never bothered me on the porch because that light is out there, but I was away from light, and so I'm holding the phone up here, and I'm telling everyone I'm going home to take a hot bath. And right then I saw something zoom, fucking fast like a bullet.
When I get home, I got to take a hot bath and start relaxing and think about what tomorrow's goals will be. It's 1:43, huh? Oh, God. Oh. Help me! Somebody help me! God! Oh!
He dropped the shitload of singles. What the hell? That's what I
Oh, God. You guys, I'm gonna have to go to the hospital. I think I'm okay. I'm not sure exactly what happened. I was walking and all of a sudden something filled up my nostril real big. It was like a giant bug. And it got lodged in my nose. And I had to do this to blow it out. And then I fell down because of it. I couldn't breathe. I never saw a bug do that before.
It lodged right up in my right nostril, and it was too big for my nostril. And look up how big a June bug is, and look how small my nostril is, and it was packed in there. It was like on that movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger when he went to Mars, and remember he pulled that big thing out.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's what it felt like when the bug went up in there, and it went all the way up. His butt was even up in there, and the bug is like 8 inches long. So I took my finger immediately and sealed this, and I blew as hard as I could, and that bug came out. It was in there for like probably 4 or 5 seconds. Very traumatic. And then I fell back in the ground, and I was so traumatized. I just cried for like 5 minutes. I hit my shoulder too. I hurt my shoulder. I hit the back of my head, but not as bad as you did. So I was just so like relieved that it came out. I was crying and thankfulness to God, more like need. You know, I couldn't believe that. If I wouldn't have went out of my nose and it went up into my nasal cavity, I can't imagine I wouldn't even be alive today. Somebody would have just walked by me and picked up my cell phone and walked away with it. That would be the end of Mini Manson. So you never know when you're going to die. It could happen just like that from a fucking bug.
I was watching, and like a lot of people, I think, thought you got mugged.
Yeah.
You're just like walking down the road, and all of a sudden you're like, "Oh God!" And you know your camera just falls down, and
Black and
it's all black. And you could hear you moaning, going, "Oh God!" And,
yeah.
you know, and like I think people were calling the cops and shit, man, because they were like,
I didn't know where I was. That was Portage Park. So if it happens again, I'm glad. I hope they call the police. I'll say to the police, a bug went in my nose and everything's okay.
"Well, if it was real, the police would probably track your signal, I guess. You know, find out where you're at."
That's what you should do. A lot of people hesitate, and 5 minutes could be somebody's life. So if they call the cops, I'm happy. In that case, yes. I still love bugs. At least I know what those are called now. And somebody even wrote me like an AI of that. I can't wait to toxic AI. I can't wait to go and listen to it later.
Oh, of the bug thing.
He wrote, it said June bug on it. I can't wait to listen. I made some videos tonight too. I'm glad you slept 2 hours because I got a lot. I got like 6 videos, rock videos to edit and put up. So now I got some more music coming. You know, cover stuff. No original stuff there, but I got original stuff to work on. I have many projects I work on every day.
Yeah, I just put out the number 37 of the dungeon, and I think we've recorded up to episode 43.
That's a lot of dungeons.
I mean, I don't know what you want to do with the dungeons going forward, but I would like to at least get to 50.
We could do them, you know. I mean, we'll do like 5 or 6 a week, maybe 2 or 3, but we'll continue to do them.
I might change it up. I'm going to try to change it up a little bit too. I don't know, Meg.
What do you want to call it? Minnie's penthouse or something? We'll move up to the 2nd floor. People think I live in a dungeon.
No, I thought about maybe we should start booking a guest or something. Maybe we could have like and not like your typical streamer guest. Like maybe we could get like
trolls and shit, right? No, people aren't gonna come up here and start using the P word and the N word and shit. Nothing like that.
Well, no, it would still be recorded. It's not going to be live.
And don't invite someone on who's going to purposely antagonize me because I would just leave.
Like for instance, and they would. I mean, this person would never come on, but like Xena LaVey. Like, let's say somehow we could get Xena LaVey to come on. We could record an hour, and we could have like a whole week's worth of dungeons with a guest like that. You know?
Do you think you can get her?
No, she won't do anything like that. But there's other people like, you know, that's my dream guest for the dungeon.
Why don't you tell her about me? Contact her and say, this is Mini Manson. Want to come on the show and talk to this up-and-coming goth entertainer who's exploring Satanism and thinks your father is like the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Oh well, see, that's why I don't think she would come on because she don't. I mean, she
She does.
dropped the last name, and I don't think she likes talking anything about her.
She doesn't have to talk about him. I like him, you know. And from what I know, I don't know him personally like she does. That's her father. Just like my father, I have a lot of problems with somebody else in the community because my dad would help the community and do everything. They think he's God. I was in a homeless shelter once. The woman said, this guy, she didn't believe me when I told her. I said, you knew my dad. And I told her about my dad, and she didn't believe me. She says, no way a man of God would do something like that. And she thought that I was a rotten person. People can't believe that a minister could be cruel to her family and then help the community. So, you know, I looked at my dad in that way, and other people thought he was a hero. Just like she might look at her dad and see all the flaws and things and say, you neglected us. But people like me and Marilyn Manson and other people would say, wow, this man was great. I liked the way his personality was. He's a Russian Jew. They don't make people like that no more from his generation. I'm thinking about the circus and the Calliope and him taking pictures, the crime camera for the police and the lion taming thing and being all a charlatan and surviving, you know. People like that, you know, I like admire people that survive like that, like carnival people, carnies and shit. I don't look down on carnies. I look up to them.
Well, her thing's really weird because, you know, when she was like a very small child, like, you know, from birth to like 10 or whatever, I think her father publicly used her as a publicity thing for the Church of Satan. He made her the first baptized Satanist or something, and they did some kind of satanic baptism on her, and they had press in there. And then from that moment on, I mean, she couldn't even leave the house, you know, because back in those days, there were people outside the door protesting, and, you know, Zena's like, in their mind, is this like baptized Satanist that, you know, she never really had any like say in any of that kind of shit happening with her life. And then she ends up getting pregnant and having a kid at 12. And also, I'll point out that she can't just leave the house to hang out in the neighborhood with other kids and stuff like that. So it's like, how did she end up getting pregnant, you know? And who's the father? No one knows. She had this kid named Stanton, who she ended. I mean, I don't think she had much of a connection with. I mean, I don't know, but she ended up like just taking off with her and her husband. And I think Anton and his wife raised Stanton in the Black House during a period of time, like in the 80s, when they weren't doing anything, you know. I think Anton LaVey was like in the basement just hanging out with mannequins and shit all day.
Sounds like Johnny B.
Like he had a big bar full of mannequins and he would just go sit in there all fucking day. And
Quattro Ojos.
He was into robot. Like he was envisioning like AI robots, and he would have this like bar of AI robots, and he would go hang out there. But at the time, all he had was mannequins, so he would just hang out in there with mannequins. And that Stanton guy, he's dead now. He died from a drug overdose a few years ago. But I don't want to speak ill of the dead, but that guy was a real scumbag, you know.
Chitari Glass Corpse.
I actually bought an Anton LaVey sketch off that guy,
Cool.
Stanton, and he fucking ripped me off, man, for like $300.
What, did he draw you a stick figure or something?
No, Anton LaVey would draw art. He's got paintings of her he did, and he has sketches.
Oh yeah, look what I'm wearing here. It's a perfect subject to talk about. This is Anton LaVey's lightning bolt going to the pentagram.
Yeah. So they had an auction for like some of Anton LaVey's art, and some of it didn't meet the minimum price that they were wanting. So that Stanton guy ended up having it, and he put it up for sale on his Facebook. And I bought this sketch for like $300, and it was like a self-portrait of Anton LaVey.
That's hot. I love small art. Like
it was kind of like an art card, basically, you know.
I liked this small art all my life as a kid and growing up.
And then there's
I would sit there trying to draw these little tiny pictures of people and shit because I didn't like to draw big. I like little things. So
yeah. So then like
I should draw an Anton LaVey card. I bet you people would buy that.
And I bought other stuff off Stanton before, and he always sent it to me, but I think what happened was he was just on drugs, and as soon as he got this money, he went on some fucking drug bender. Because I wasn't the only person. There was like 5 of us, and one of them is a guy that's been in the news recently. He bought, I don't know, they had some public ceremony where they scattered Charles Manson's ashes on a rock out in Death Valley. So there was like this rock, and they literally just dumped Manson's ashes on the rock. So then after all the people left after the ceremony, some like dirt bags went up there and like scooped up all of Manson's ashes. They ended up selling them to this guy.
That new, yeah.
I think his name's like Evan Almighty or something Almighty, right? And he buys. He's a tattoo artist, and he'll take sprinkles of Manson's ashes and put them in the tattoo ink. He'll tattoo people with Manson's fucking ashes, you know. But anyway, this guy had bought this Anton LaVey painting off Stanton when I bought that sketch, and he paid the guy like $3,000, and he fucking skipped out on him too. So that guy started contacting me, and I was talking to him for a while because we were kind of like teaming up against Stanton, like trying to shake him down to give us the fucking money back or the art or whatever. Yeah. I finally gave up, but this fucking other dude was like relentless, man. And I kind of gave up because the other guy was scaring me, you know, because I mean he was talking about like he was going to hire somebody to go fuck his ass up and shit because this guy has some money, and I didn't want any part of it. So, and I also was like, well, you know, I took a chance with some burnt out druggy guy. I got burnt, you know. I learned my lesson, you know. But so I just took the L. But this guy ended up getting his painting. Everybody else ended up getting their shit because they were all like banded together going after him. But I didn't end up getting my shit. I lost my money.
I would just want a little picture of him. That would be cool for me. You still have the light switch though.
Yeah, I do own the. Now see, that's something I bought back in the around 2010. I bought like
Tell everyone what it is so they can understand.
Okay, so there's like a light switch in the black room of the ceremonial black room of, or the ceremonial room of the Black House, right? Theoretically,
so taking all the switch plates off, and then you call the fire department so they would get like fined, right?
Yeah, well, at some point they were going to like they tried to turn the Black House into a historical landmark there in San Francisco.
They tore
the location was so primo because he had a spot downtown. They had built up all these skyscrapers and shit, and it was just a shitty fucking dilapidated house there. And somebody bought the land. I think after he died, maybe somehow the city seized it or something from his widow, or I don't exactly know what happened. Maybe she sold it. I don't know. They couldn't designate it a historical site because they wouldn't do it. So they were going to come in and tear it down. So I think some of the family members went in there and they literally just took everything they could, you know. And even after it was tore down, like I think somebody got like the floor from the ceremony room, you know, out of the rubble. They auctioned it off. But I think this light plate actually came from some family member or somebody that was close. It's got some certification and shit, and it had been auctioned off a long time ago. Somehow I ended up buying it in some other thing I bought like back in 2010, and it's basically just the light switch cover from the ceremonial room in the black room. But my thing is, after I bought that, like all this bad shit started happening to me, man.
Give it to someone you hate. Don't give it to me. You were gonna send it to me. Remember that? Pepperidge Farm remembers. There's a nerve on the back of your neck that feels so good when you do this. Ooh, Minnie likes that. Minnie loves his fans.
So
Minnie is horny. Oh yeah. I like your shirt. That's nice.
Oh, thank you.
We should dress like that more often.
Well, I normally do dress like this. You know, I dress differently. I normally don't wear like the ski cap and shit. I just
take it off.
Yeah. Well, my hair will be all messed up. You know.
That might be hot though. I want everyone to know I have a hot producer.
I'm not hot at all.
Fair Augen. Unter den Baum verrauchen.
So,
What color was the toilet in his house? Was that black? Did he have a toilet?
I don't know. Probably somebody has it,
Or something?
They probably have the toilet from the
I
black
would like
house.
to know if it was a black toilet. Was it a regular porcelain American style toilet, or did they make a throne or something?
There's a guy that's got the actual altar, and they actually got that out of the rubble of when they tore it down. Like, I guess they didn't take that out ahead of time because it was attached to the floor or something. So when they tore it down, the altar was just like in there. There's a video where like these scavengers went in after they tore it down, and it looks like mostly construction people, and they're just like looking through the fucking piles just for anything they can sell, And then that video is proof that it's a real item or whatever. So they got that ceremonial altar and they put it in some kind of auction, and some guys got it somewhere. That's a little bit better than the light plate switch. And also, it looks like how he colored it was he just took magic markers and he just like drew over a white plate with a magic marker or something,
Yeah, really?
Yeah. So the paint or whatever it is kind of fading from the age, So it's almost like a light purplish looking thing at this point,
I'm still working on my Mini Manson coloring book, the fan club. God willing, I get some more money this month. I'll be able to afford to make the cards for the fan club and the lapel pins. The company where I buy my stickers has been offering a lot of half-price deals, and whether I have money or not, I have to jump on that because
Are those coloring
or something. But what?
Are those coloring books pages? Or are those actual art, or are you just taking photos and making them black and white and stuff?
Oh, I'm gonna trace over it and make it artwork. So
okay,
I'll make it black and white first. So I have a few steps I gotta go through to make it arts.
Well, I was thinking if you're serious about doing a coloring book, there's somebody named Lisa Frank. Have you heard of her?
Yeah.
She's like the coloring book like artist queen or whatever, I think she mostly does unicorns and crap like that, and they put her art on like Trapper Keepers, whatever they call those things nowadays.
80s.
Yeah.
She was around in the 80s, or she must be an older lady then.
I think no, she's still. I mean, I don't know. Like, maybe I'm just saying they had those Trapper Keepers back in the 80s, but they got similar things now. They call them something else. And
I had Trapper Keepers; those are cool.
Yeah, they use her like art.
I remember the one with all the unicorns and the colors. I had that one. I know I had different lunch boxes too, but I honestly can't remember. I know I had Snoopy, Charlie Brown. I wish I would have had a Kiss lunchbox, but I wasn't into Kiss when I was young, unfortunately. Look at your glasses. Look at the image on your glasses. It looks cool. Oh, fuck yeah. Fair Augen. Chitteri Glas. Arba
Oh, but anyway, what I was saying is, since you're an artist and everything, why don't you just draw pictures, of like fucked up shit, I think that would be a cool coloring book,
I want to draw pictures of me performing and looking hot, and pictures of my cat and snake, and slip one or two of Marilyn Manson in there. And I'm allowed to sell it if it's my interpretive drawing. And
I'm just saying, like, you don't have to stop at one book, you know what I mean? Like, you could become the new Lisa Frank or something.
Maybe Anne Frank. Oh, LaVey.
Yeah, the Anne Frank jokes don't go over.
I'll make sure that I put a lot of Mogan Davids in there and shit, so someone will kill me. I read that book when I was younger.
What book?
Anne Frank, The Diary.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And
well, I think I did too. I think they made us in school,
I don't know if they made me, but I liked reading something from a young 14-year-old person's perspective. I was like 14, so.
The thing that I don't know, I read something by Helen Keller, and I think she wrote it, man. I don't know.
It was
when I was in high school, but the Helen Keller thing really, I still think about that now because she couldn't see or hear her whole life, and they somehow learned how to communicate with her by tapping on her head or something, man. And she started like writing letters to people and shit, and like they're really fucked up, man.
When I fucking hear that shit, I'm glad, like a motherfucker, that I'm not her.
You imagine not being able to see or hear? They call that locked-in syndrome. So you're just a consciousness, and you don't have any.
I don't know how that person could even function as a person.
I mean, you could feel like if somebody stabbed you, you would feel it, but you wouldn't know what was going on. You know. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like she would have like, they would be tapping on her head, and she would have like full conversations with people, and there's even like a letter she hand wrote or something. It's really fucking weird, like how she's writing, you know. But she wrote a whole fucking letter to somebody, you know.
One day you're gonna come and you're gonna have a crisp black or white dress shirt and like a black tie and a suit jacket, and you're gonna look totally awesome. Do you have a suit?
No, that would be when I'm like the host at Outback or something. Like
I would like you to do
I
that.
finally have to get a job as a host at a restaurant or something. I'll be all dressed up.
Do you have a suit right now? Mini
I do, but they don't fit
Right.
me. You know what I mean? I've sort of like gotten too fat for most of my.
Let your belly hang out like I do with mine. That would be hot. Minnie wants
What?
everyone to know he has a hot producer. So go put that shit on.
I can't. I mean, it's like it's too tight on me.
Time to donate.
If I had to have a suit right now to go
Put
like
it on.
for like an interview or something, I couldn't because I have no, you know, my fucking clothes were all too tight.
That's the problem. They were functioning like that instead of just being on your body.
I might shrink them or something, you know, like you have to wash that kind of shit differently, you know.
Yeah, you have to take that to the cleaners.
Yeah, and I think I just threw it in my laundry back in the day, and then now I think I've gained like 100 pounds. But I think possibly because even the arms, like my arms are like 6 inches out the fucking sleeves and shit.
Well, let
and
me
I'm
see
like,
your guns. I bet you have big ones too. I'm scared.
Yeah.
My guns. The gun
No.
show. Okay.
I'm pretty dilapidated at this point. I'm breaking down. I'm definitely on that down slope of life, you know.
Well, what are you, 50?
Well, you know, maybe. I mean, who knows?
But that's okay.
Who really knows?
There's nothing wrong with that. I'm going to be 55 in like 2 months.
Yeah,
And
I definitely feel myself falling apart, you know.
When you get over 50, stuff starts to fall apart like a mother fudge. You thought I was going to say the other word.
Luckily, like the youth millennials were like kind of pussies, you know. I'm not saying like obviously they're like, but in general, if you take the generations, like the youth are pretty like.
They're not going to like that, but go ahead.
Well, they're old. The millennials are old too now, so fuck them, you know. Well, I think the youngest one's like 40 or something, so at this point, or close to it. Maybe not. They're probably in their mid-30s or something. I don't know. Still, I mean, mid-30s, you're talking half your life's over. The average lifespan's only a little bit over 70. I mean, you're not a kid no more, you know.
Would it be okay if I went in there and got some freaking cheese? I'm hungry.
Yeah, go ahead. We'll do a cheese mukbang.
Orange Crush in a can. Oh yeah, that feels good. And some fucking cheese here, Sargento. This is not just cheese, this is fucking cheese. It's horny. Oh, yeah.
You're going to fuck up your makeup.
No, I'm not. I won't fuck it up. See, look. Oh. A fan of mine sent me a very wonderful gift. I got it yesterday. Dark Wave candles. She hasn't set up the website yet, but she will. But she has an Instagram, and it's called Dark Wave Candles. I'd recommend you check it out because her products are very professional. She sent me 3 candles, a lipstick, a really good lip gloss. It's really cool.
Now, don't go crazy on her.
I'm not going to. No, I'm not going to go crazy.
This is the type of person you normally go crazy on.
Not always. There's a lot of people I never did. Believe it or not.
I mean, you're like right. I mean, people wouldn't like you if you weren't talking shit. But I mean, I feel like you need to target the people like most people want you to talk shit about, like not them, you know. They don't want you to talk shit about them, you know. They don't like that, but
like there's people that to focus on, like the people who run the show, like the government maybe, or these CEOs and shit.
yeah,
Like bad people like that.
or even other streamers. But and then there's definitely streamers that, I mean, I feel like if you get invited on a show and you get into something with somebody on their show, I think that's fair game. But just, I mean, your own fans, you shouldn't. You should probably, you know, there's. I've noticed that
I'm a lot better with that now. I used to be a lot worse.
There's a lot of celebrities. They have some very annoying fans. You know what I mean?
I had to call the cops on it. Fans had to go to court against.
Yeah, but they won't even like, even those really big. You know, they don't want like maybe somebody's got recording and they're telling this fan to fuck off. I've seen that where somebody's like hounding somebody while they're eating, and the celebrity will be like, "Can you leave me alone? I'm eating with my family."
You can
somebody recorded it, put it online. Next thing you know, they got a bunch of fans going, "Oh, this guy's a fucking dick," you know, all this fucking shit. So, if you notice, celebrities, they'll usually take a lot of crap from their fans because they know the impact that it'll have on their career if they're shitty to them, you know.
The good fans will understand. Actually, you know what? I got fans who want to fuck me so hard because Mini Manson is fucking hot. And I like cheese.
But I think if you can get that under control, I think you could build I mean, you probably already would be like pretty big, you know, if you.
I think I'd have 100,000 subs. I'd be in Hollywood today if I didn't have the problems I do.
I think it would be very possible you could have 100,000 subs if you
I'd be rich.
Attack your fans and shit, you know.
Well, I don't
because what you do is then you have
fans now. Now don't be scared of my fans now.
It's not just that you piss them off. They're now motivated to fuck with you, you know, because in their mind you've wronged them, so they want to wrong you too, you know. And usually you've done it in public, so they want to do something to you that will make you look stupid.
That's true.
Yeah, so you got all these former fans, like, you know,
and I apologize to them, and some of them forgive me, and others don't. Sometimes it takes a year to get forgiveness. Some people will never forgive me.
Well, I think at the core of it, I think most of them, you know, obviously they like you because they wouldn't have been a fan to begin with. They're just hurt by, you know, how you treat them.
You know, it's just like I'm more used to it now, but for like the first few years, I wasn't used to people liking me and thinking I was a hot sex god and shit. When I was in high school, college, you think I was popular? Oh, hell no. I was motherfucking ugly. And now I'm over 50 and people think I'm hot shit. You know, I better learn to accept that shit. It's just hard to trust after all those decades of being homeless and abused and treated like shit. You think I would have I turned it around. You think I would have been like, hey, I have a chance with all these people that don't know me. I have a chance to change my life and start a new life and not keep doing the same shit my family trained me to do. So I work hard at that every day. I mean, I do go to counseling, believe it. I feel bad a lot of times. I don't just go to bed every night saying, oh, gee, I'm glad I crapped on somebody. I go to bed and I fucking cry.
Yeah, you mentioned something I wanted to ask you about during the Laura interview. And you had said something about and I think you said you used to do this when you were homeless, but you said something about you started acting like a cat and you would run around his house at night like a cat, and then you shit. You took a shit on
a cat, but yeah, I would be like, I pushed the couch upside down and it was tall. I shit on. Well, first I shit on it and then I pushed it up. It was 2 different nights. I would just be nocturnal because I used to run around. We had cats in the house when I was growing up, and all that nocturnal mischievous spirit came back. So I would just make noise and shit, and it was hard to hide in there because there was really nothing to hide behind other than the couch.
But you were trying to make him stay awake though, right?
Yeah.
That was your goal. You were trying to make him never be able to sleep.
Because I did the Gitmo treatment.
And then you found out he was trying to move, and then you apologized. And I'm
Yeah.
like, maybe
Okay, wait,
did you want him to move, or like, why were you doing this to? Like, I mean, was he not ever supposed? Like, I don't know. Like, it just the whole thing seemed kind of weird.
I'm just so, because he didn't have a sense of humor. I used to put shaving cream in his hand, like like we're in a frat house, and I guess some frat guys used to harass Laura. Laura wasn't in a frat, but they'd fuck with him in college. And I put the shaving cream in his hand and her hand and try to make her slap it up on her face. One time I put lotion, and all of a sudden a big fist came, and I never did it again. I didn't get hit, but when I saw the fist, he's like, "Go to bed." Yeah, I stopped doing that.
Yeah, they would always do this thing where, like, if you found somebody passed out drunk, you'd put their hands in like warm water and they'd start peeing and shit.
My sister tried to do that to me once. I'm like, "What are you doing?"
I don't even know if that works. I don't know if I've actually seen it work, but everyone thinks it does. I don't know. I think I didn't actually do it myself, but I was there watching in the crowd a guy get his eyebrows shaved off. So you still don't have any hot water in your house, or?
I have hot water here, just the washing machine in the basement doesn't have. Each floor has its own water heater, so I've never really had problems with the water here.
Do you make sure the hot water was on?
Huh?
Somebody could have turned the hot water off just as a prank or something.
I know I asked him, I talked to him, he says there is no hot water for that. I'm like, why? He says, I can't get a tank in here to put it. It doesn't make sense, because the last one had hot water.
So you've never had hot water?
We did before. Well, it was warm water, not hot. Just down in there, but the building has hot water. Very hot.
That don't sound right. If it had hot water before, there must have been a tank. Maybe he just isn't going to replace it or something. Are you working on an album?
Uh-huh. Slowly but surely. I have 3 songs. I also have that Gothic State one, but we're trying to get a little Toxic AI. He's trying to get the karaoke. That song's giving him a lot of hard time. So I said something like in a few days that he might have a program or something he could do it with. He really wants to help me, so it's pretty cool. I'd really like to have Gothic State as one of my songs, unless he wants to record a different tune for it and make me, hey, that's a good idea. I could have him like make a karaoke and he could take the words away. It could be like a different tune. It doesn't have to be the same tune.
You should make karaoke versions of all your songs anyway.
Shit, my retainer keeps falling out. You snap that shit in, snap on. Let me put my strap on.
So you're not going to be able to get the screw in. I think you told me you got it.
It can't because the bone is too narrow. I don't know why they just can't put another fucking rod like they did before. A fucking rod. So yeah. What the fuck? They're like, oh, we can't do that anymore. Now we have to use screws. Why?
Why can't they glue it in between the 2 teeth?
Just they had a rod there, and these 3 here
Yeah.
are being held in by these little rods, these thin rods.
Yeah, but I know people that have lost like one tooth and they'll like have it glued in. Like they don't have to take it out, but it's not.
They have a tooth you could glue too, and I'm going to discuss that with the dentist in July. He's going to go or something for a while, so I'm not going to see him for a while. Oh yeah.
What kind of soda was that?
Orange Crush.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when you were a kid and you had the glass bottle with the Orange Crush in it? Pepperidge Farm members.
The glass bottles were way better.
Mm-hmm.
I sometimes buy milk in glass jars, but it's a pain in the ass because you gotta pay like a $3 deposit for the glass bottle,
and then you
gotta bring it back and get your money back, and you gotta stand in line and all this fucking
overpriced milk. They'll give you like $1.50 or something.
You know, the hemp industry, they've made something. It's called hemp plastic or something, and it's very much like plastic, but it's made out of hemp 100%, and it's biodegradable. So when it gets in a landfill, it'll break down after a while. But for some reason, nobody wants to go to that. But to me, I think hemp would be better than plastic because I think I taste chemical plastic shit and everything. You know what I mean? That's why the glass bottles are so much better. You don't have,
Yeah.
huh?
Fuck plastic bottles.
Yeah, I'm all for this hemp plastic. I've actually had I had a drink that was made with the hemp plastic, and it's like harder than the regular plastic. You know, it's actually feels more quality, but it probably adds to the weight during the shipping. So when they're shipping hundreds of or thousands of products, it probably adds a lot of money to their shipping costs or something. You know, I don't know, but yeah, I think. Yeah, they're saying that this plastic gets in your body and gets in your testicles and all kinds of shit.
It gets up your asshole and shit.
I know it ends up. I know it ends up in the sewage.
Like when they chip your hand, it will travel all through your body and go up your asshole. And so I'm going to call for an uprising used to say, that guy was so funny. I missed a call for an uprising. I wish he'd come back to YouTube. He's an Italian guy, he's funny as hell. He'd say down the Hershey Highway.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what I hate about the modern era because it is censorship. You know what I mean? You should be able to say.
Someone pretended to be him once, and they're like, "Oh, we want to interview you and talk about transgenders and all that." And I really believed it was him, and it tricked me. It was awesome.
Look, I've seen I've been watching television shows and stuff, and I've heard people talking shit about like bearded, fat white guys or whatever, and I'll still think it's funny. I don't really identify myself as what they're talking about. I don't feel like they're talking to me. But nowadays, you probably can't even say something about bearded fat white guys. They probably would go, "Oh, that you can't say that about somebody."
I heard that you were into BDSM. A lot of bearded white guys that are fat are into that.
No, no.
You know what you want.
I just hate shaving because my face is very sensitive. It gets very shaving all the time. And I have to shave every day because I'll wake up the next day. I'll have fucking a beard.
So you have a full beard like that after one day?
Not like this, but I'll have like it'll be almost completely. You can see like the whole beard. It'd just be very short. And but yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to get my shit together. The last month, I didn't do anything for about 3 months because what they did was YouTube. I was talking about on a video with that Bach guy.
Instead of calling them that, just call them, make another word, like call it the jabby jab or something, so you don't get in trouble.
Well, I wasn't even talking about or any of that. I was talking about how, and I probably can't even tell you, but basically they're developing.
You won't be able to use it in your show. You can tell me, but just don't use that.
Yeah, they're developing these for cancer. So I was like, how can they have, and they're having for depression.
People, they're stupid.
I'm like, obviously they're not. They just want you to call the because everyone has a good interpretation of the word being helpful to them or whatever.
People want to be deceived.
These things are only in development. They're not even on the market. And they said I was given. They booked my whole channel up. Even now, I can't get back to where I was, dude. I mean,
you have like restrictions on your channel and shit.
I've got some kind of permanent warning forever. So
what is the warning? We'll take your channel away if you do it again?
I don't know. I think maybe I would just. I don't know how long I was banned. I didn't know. Like they were like I was reading about it. So it was the first time you'd be banned for like 24 hours or something. And I tried the next day. They wouldn't let me put nothing up. And then I thought maybe it'd be a week. And I tried like a week later. They still wouldn't let me put anything up. And I tried like 2 weeks later, and it still said that hasn't been. It just kept saying it hasn't been long enough yet. You haven't learned your lesson or something like that. And I was just like, fuck YouTube. So I quit. I completely quit. I mean, I just gave up on you. I was like, fuck YouTube. And I just went off, and honestly, I was just living my life doing shit, And then
one time I porn bombed myself by accident, and I didn't know that was against the rules. And they struck my channel 5 years ago. Yeah. So go ahead.
Oh, did they permanently take your channel away for the porn bomb?
I got a strike on it, and the second time when I lost it, it was because someone got naked. So I just didn't fucking know anything back then. I deserved what happened.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't know. I guess when you, I think you, I was talking to you about doing, you said something about you wanted to start doing the dungeons again. That's when I came back. And since I was doing the dungeons, I started doing the Grady TVs again.
That helps you. So now you're in a better place now.
Yeah, I mean, I put out a massive amount of content over the last month. It's just that if I compare my reach compared to what it used to be, like, I mean, no one's even getting, only, my videos only show up to a very few people, you know? And I don't know. I was getting a pretty good reach before, so.
A lot of people watch the ones, they don't always comment, just like they watch my videos and they don't comment. I love when people comment, but I realize that a lot of people will watch my videos and they love it, but they don't want to comment because they're afraid it will bring attention to them, you know, trolls and such. They want to be anonymous, but they'll at least click the like button. Your name don't show up when you click that. So yeah. I understand now why not everybody can make a comment, and there's so many, hey, we're there for you. And I know they are. I know that I have more fans than I thought. I got people like just about every day now. They're like, hey, I want some merch. I want a song, you know. People are coming back. It's ebbs and it flows, you know. But it really made me feel good today. It's a boost to my ego that, hey, I'm in binge watching your show and I want a merch pack and here's the money. And that makes me feel better when my fans throw money at me. I had to raise the price of the videos to $25 from $20 though. So I would like to, let everybody know as of now, videos are $25 because when you pay with PayPal, will take some of the money out, even if I don't take deposit it. Like you can deposit it right away or wait 3 days, and they'll still take a portion out. But Cash App will only do that if you hit instant. And I accidentally hit instant today when someone sent me $25, and so it took like $1.50 out. I'm like, oh fuck, I should have pressed the top one. It's like I didn't need the money right away, so I screwed myself out of $1.50. But that's the way the cookie crumbles. So charging 25, at least I still get 24. I mean, the merch packs are still $50. I'm not charging people for shipping unless it's out of the country because that's so damn expensive. You should wear sunglasses so you could look radical.
Yeah, but I don't know.
You want to look hot and stuff, like a rock star. Mini will help you with that. If you put on a black dress shirt and a silver, like satanic ass shit, you don't have to wear a tie. You look fucking awesome. Black glasses.
I want to go for the poker onion look.
A poker onion? I have no idea what that is.
Poker onion. Let me show you this guy. You got time?
Sure. This better not be an hour-long video. I don't have that much time. I'll fall asleep.
We've already been going an hour.
I meant like the video that you're gonna.
Oh, it is, but we're not gonna watch the whole thing. I just want you to see. It's basically what do you call that? An alchemist? He's an alchemist.
I know what an alchemist is.
And he put out this video because he claims he speaks to the spirits of Solomon's King Solomon, who I think are archangels or something, through a black mirror. And he's like, it's an instructional video on how you can do it at home. And
your television and your phone has a black mirror, just so you know.
Well, it has to be made out of what, an amethyst or something like that, or there's some kind of material it has to be made out of.
They mix amethyst in there, so you don't know what people are doing. No wonder my TV looks so awesome. It looks like it's made out of diamonds and shit. You won't get in trouble for showing this, will you?
Right. It says up to a $250,000 fine.
FBI, you're under arrest. Sir, I roast beefed them. FBI, more roast beef.
The magical rituals demonstrated in this video are performed by practicing magicians, not professional actors. These rites were recorded inside an actual magical temple, not on a Hollywood soundstage. The techniques shown are authentic and very effective. Viewers are warned against casual experimentation with these methods. Mind-altering substances should never be used in connection with this practice. Only mature persons in good mental and physical health should undertake these activities. This system should be approached with the same respect one would accord to a full contact martial art.
See, that was one of my favorite parts because he's like basically saying that doing black magic is the same as doing full contact martial arts. Like you have to have the same stamina and health.
This documentary is offered to the public as an
That's
educational
true. They make you sit
introduction
there for an hour in a
ancient
position.
Western tradition
Get to the next
of
level.
spiritual development that has been misunderstood and maligned. Practitioners of Solomon's magic are not Satanists who make pacts with the devil. They are spiritual explorers in the deep caverns of the mind, carrying with them the lamp of wisdom and armed with the power of God.
Whoa.
Yeah, you got this guy's name's Poke Runyon.
Oh, the OTO.
Yeah, he's a member.
I visited the OTO in Chicago. They didn't like me too much because I got drunk and then I touched everyone. I was very handsy.
Oh, you went to one of those OTO meetings?
Yeah, and I went to one of the Gnostic masses with the Egyptian shit and everything, and I took the cookie, the cakes of life or whatever.
I almost went to
of life though for the visitors.
I saw that there was a meeting, like, in those community notes or whatever, there was an OTO meeting, like if anybody could attend at this park. And I almost went, but I didn't.
They'll let you visit, and they'll let you go to a Gnostic mass. Just write them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you should do that and then do a show on it. And I can talk about the time I went there.
He's got a master's degree, so,
That's hot.
Let's see here.
In practicing our own
See, this is the look I want to achieve. I feel like I could pull off a Poke Runyon.
You would look really hot, and not wear that stupid cap and put your hair out. You'll be sexy as fuck.
I have to grow it out a little bit, and I'll get one of those Egyptian necklaces, and I think like a Hanes BPT with a.
Will you send this video? Send this video, the link to it, so I can watch it later.
Yeah.
It's unique.
But I just want to play the part where he gives his background here, and at one point he starts saying that he started off writing for men's magazines back in the 60s, which I'm pretty sure men's magazines back then were like pornography, like Hustler or something. And
well, men's magazines like GQ and things like that, a non-pornography magazine.
But I think back then, that's what men's magazines are now. But I don't know, maybe not. I get the vibe he was writing. I get the vibe he was writing for porno mags, and then he claims his bladder turned to stone.
It's possible. I feel like mine
A
did.
form of shamanism, while other anthropologists have completely ignored it. I've been fortunate enough to rediscover and reconstruct the actual techniques of ancient Western ceremonial magic. In this video documentary, we're going to take you along on an expedition to a strange world, in many ways more mysterious than the upper reaches of the Amazon, but a lot closer to home.
In
For the
many
very
ways.
first time,
Like imagine me with
we're
the.
going to show you
In
the
many
actual
ways.
methods by which wizards
Just try to talk like Sean Connery when you do it, and then you'll sound like him.
invoked holy angels and evoked lesser spirits to visible appearance and even
Monkeys
have
throwing poop at
conversations.
celebrities.
Even have conversations
What
with
you're
them.
going to see is real.
Sean Connery.
These techniques are just as effective today as they were 1,000 years
You hear
ago.
the Sean Connery in him?
These methods have nothing to do with mind-altering drugs, and you don't even need any special psychic talent. These are the secrets of a lost art.
Dude, at the end of this video, it's like him and his wife and this other couple, and they're just all buck naked doing this ceremony. I can't show you that part.
Send me those links. I want to see that shit.
I will. And the the women are like fucking just old hags, and their fucking tits are hanging down to their fucking knees and shit.
That
That's
anyone
nasty.
with imagination and determination can master. My personal magical adventure started back in 1969. At that time, I was a reclusive bachelor eking out a living writing pulp fiction for paperbacks and men's magazines. After years of pounding a typewriter while chain smoking and constantly drinking coffee, my chronic indigestion finally turned into gut-wrenching stomach pains. The condition was misdiagnosed as an ulcer. Now, at that time, ulcers were thought to be psychosomatic, so being a macho former Green Beret, I wasn't about to become Casper and have to eat milk.
Casper!
Cystic neurotic disease like an ulcer was going to change my lifestyle. So I set out to heal myself through mastering self-hypnosis. In desperation, I learned the art quickly and was able to suppress the pain. But then it would come back, and it would be even worse. And I took myself about as deep into trance as anyone has ever gone, but I could not heal that ulcer. Because, as the doctors finally discovered when I was almost dead, I was carrying within me a gallbladder that had turned to solid rock. In the latter stages of my illness, I was in a state that I now realize was a toxic psychosis. In my desperate attempt to cure myself, I had gone beyond self-hypnosis into the study of Tibetan tantric yoga, and finally, to what was at that time the least known and most forbidden of all the spiritual paths, Western ritual magic.
All right. So yeah, I want
to see that video.
Yeah, let me. I'll put the link in the description if this ends up in our video. But anyway, that's Poke Runyon. I want to achieve that guy's look. I think that's the look I'm going for next.
You would look fucking hot if you did that.
Yeah, that video is crazy. I've actually watched it like 3 or 4 times because I just laughed my ass off. The guy.
You can love your body. You can love the way you look, and you can have that confidence. People will be drawn to you once you figure out, like how look at me. And I have confidence. I'm not exactly like the best looking person. I'm only 5'4", but I have like this confidence sometimes that draws people in. They want me to dominate them.
This guy Poke Runyon, I was researching him, and he's still alive, and he has like these followers, but he had like a little cult going at one point. You know, he had like a bunch of people following him around. And
he's still alive.
Yeah, but he's really old. I think
he can be my fan.
Huh?
He can be my fan.
You should try to contact him. I think last time I looked him up, he's pretty old. I mean, he's like 80 or something, but.
Well, let him find me, because if I contact people, I blow it.
Maybe we can get Poke Runyon on the show for the dungeon.
Cool.
I'm gonna try to email this guy, see if we can get him on.
That's hot. Make sure you tell him about me.
That's why you got to watch this video, because if we do get him on, you got to know what you're talking about, you know.
Name it and find more stuff.
Well, he was selling like a lot of shit at one point. I mean, he seems like a guy that he made his whole living off this stuff.
I'm surprised I never heard of him. Thank you for telling me about him.
He's got a P.O. box. He's in Silverado, California.
Ooh, California love. Minnie loves California very much. I have a really good fan there.
Oh, yeah? Where at?
In Hollywood, actually. Few friends in Hollywood. I have like 2 at least.
Oh, he's on Facebook, man.
I don't have Facebook. Okay.
I don't either, but I know he's on there.
I used to have it in 2013.
I wonder if he's on Instagram.
If I ever used it again, it would be for professional purposes only.
Oh, he is on Instagram.
Pentagram?
Oh, no, he's not on Instagram. He's just, there's a photo of him signing books.
Yeah, I get tricked by that too. I'll think it's somebody's account and it would just be a picture someone put.
I can't be on Facebook. They permanently blocked me. I was on some kind of...
What'd you do?
Dude, like, I don't know, probably 15 years ago, we talked about this
I think
before.
you could get a
Like,
new account now. Just make another email.
well, I tried. They somehow fucking know it's me.
Is it the same computer?
No, I don't fucking know. Like, don't tell me how. I think Facebook, very intrusive. I think they've over the years put cookies and crap on your shit. That
Well,
they
if you
can somehow like.
a new email, they're not going to know it's you. You can find a way. But
Because
it's not-
what happened was I had a pretty big web show one time, and I had like 15,000 followers on Facebook, and this was back in like 2011 or 2012 or something like that, right?
Yeah.
So I got into an argument with somebody about politics. This one of these blue-haired chicks. They weren't blue-haired back then. They was
Like a
basically
liberal.
yeah. Well, I wouldn't even call them a liberal. They're like something else, you know.
Or they're a Republican if they're blue.
They're so far left that it's almost communist or something,
Tommy.
or definitely socialism, which I'm not into either. So
Minnie doesn't care what your political affiliation is. He loves all his fans. So I don't talk too much politics. People don't really know where I'm affiliated. I do that on purpose. Go ahead. So what happened with your channel there? Why'd you get banned? Because you pissed the wrong person off? Or a team of
well,
people?
they basically reported me, said I was using a fake name because I had a different screen name, right? And
You can get in trouble for that?
yeah, you have to use your real name on Facebook, supposedly. Although there's tons of
I could put Mini Manson, but when I registered, I'd have to put my real name in there for them to see and show my ID or something, right?
No, it's not even just to register. They want you to use your real fucking name. And with me, to have a Facebook account, I have to send them a fucking ID.
Yeah, I had to send an ID because I wanted to cancel my account. I said, I want to cancel this. I couldn't get in for like 8 months. And they're like, show your ID, we'll let you back in. And then I canceled. I deleted the account as soon as it let me back in.
So anyway, they sent me a message, and they were like, we believe that you're using a fake name, so we want you to send us your ID. Well, I was using a fake name, so I told them, I said, this is my stage name, and they were like, you can only use your real name on Facebook. I'm like, bullshit. I mean, and I sent them all these people that there was like some trans performer named Pussy Power or something like that. I was like, you think this person's name's Pussy Power,
That's not
and
real.
And they're like, well, we're only concerned with you and all this fucking shit. And I'm like, okay. So I was like, fuck it, so I lost like contact with all those. I mean, I had fucking thousands of fucking followers, man. It really fucking pissed me off. So
That's horrible. Like when you have DMs of people and you don't have no other way to talk to them and you lose them.
Yeah. So when I came back, like I quit streaming for like 10 years and I came back and, I tried to get access to that account again, and they still wanted my ID.
That's why people cave themselves or slide, whatever, because they'll lose all their friends. They lose their social media or their YouTube channel, something.
Yeah, so I just made a whole new one, Grady George,
So you have
probably because I tried to log in to my old one. Maybe that's how they knew it was me. I don't know. So I tried to start like a whole new one, and they were like, just like, oh, you have to give us your ID. It let me have it for like a day, and then like a day later, they like blocked me out. They told me I have to send them my fucking ID to prove that my name, what my name is and shit. And I'm like, I don't want to send my fucking ID to.
I didn't know your ID could perform that function.
Yeah, I don't want to send my ID to Facebook.
I got that from Jerry Springer. That said, he offered me. I didn't know it could perform that function. So yeah, I have to.
People get all fucking pissed off about them wanting ID for porno, but they don't fucking say a goddamn peep about Facebook wanting your fucking ID. Like, why the fuck would Facebook need your fucking ID?
You have to use your ID to sign up for OnlyFans. I checked into that.
Well, that makes sense because you're doing financial transactions.
I'm not doing it.
But you're doing financial transactions, so that makes sense. I mean, you have to do that on if you have. Like I trade online and stuff too, so I have to give my, or I used to. I'm not currently because I'm pretty much broke, but I used to trade a lot, and I still have investments in crypto and crap like that because I'm not down. Like I got in early on crypto, and my shit like went way the fuck up. You know, like I mean, I forget exactly at the top how much it was worth, but
You
I
ever
mean,
take money out of there when you need it? Are you allowed to?
well, I was just like, I didn't need the money, so I'm just like, I'm just gonna ride this, you know, because
My brother used to do investing and stuff, and he lost all his money. He ended up having to rent this crappy government housing project apartment.
oh yeah, well, it came all the way back down to my original investment, which was like only a few $1,000s. I was like, and I think at one point, I'm pretty sure it was up over 100,000 at one point, you know, just off a $2,000 investment.
I'm creating art while we're talking. Look,
Yeah. So I should have sold, but you know, crypto is, and really stocks in general, like the old timers will tell you, just invest and you know, look in 20 years and they'll be there. No.
did you ever invest in like the S&P 500 and stuff like that? My brother did, and that's where he got all his money, but he lost it.
Well, if you have a mutual fund, I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
that's all they'll only invest in
I
the
wish I would have got to
S&P
do that.
500, but my personal investments, I would usually go after penny stock. I was always going for the home run. You know what I mean? So I honestly, when Trump was in office, I made a shitload of money because when
Whoa.
Trump was in office, every fucking stock was going up like double what they were, and
That's
they've all come back down now. You know. So I mean, the stock market under Obama was abysmal, and then as soon as Biden got in,
Biden.
I mean, the stock market's been horrible. But the rich, they seem to be getting wealthier somehow. I don't know. I think it's just from tax breaks. You know, Amazon and people like that don't have to pay taxes. They get some kind of break, and no one knows why. But I personally think it's because they're working with the feds. They basically collect information off people that the feds aren't allowed to collect, but a private corporation can, and they share it with the feds. So these big corporations don't have to pay taxes. You know, that's my personal belief. But it's true. Like if you look it up, like I know a few years ago, Amazon paid zero taxes, business taxes. You know.
I don't know that. I don't know enough about all that.
Yeah. So like their competition has to pay taxes, right? So that's where it's not fair. You know. I think McDonald's didn't have to. Remember when they did that Obamacare Act?
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
And they were saying that if you had so many employees, you had to start offering health care. And McDonald's got exempt from that. So like all of McDonald's competitors had to shell out tens of thousands of dollars for health care for their employees, and McDonald's didn't. So they don't have to raise their prices. They don't have, you know. And they go, well, McDonald's is like a public service, because they were saying at the time that like homeless people that could only get like $1 a day could go to McDonald's and get a hamburger and exist, you know. So they were like, they said they're kind of basically doing it for the public interest, but try getting a fucking dollar hamburger from McDonald's now, man. I mean, I think their hamburger's like $3 or something. That's like a $300.
I'll go there and get like a double cheeseburger plain with medium or large fries, you know, just to treat myself. But I don't go there too often. It closes too early, like at 10 o'clock. What if I want to go to at 3 a.m?
That's the other thing. Ever since I remember back in the day, it was almost like you could be a night person and everything was open. I would go do my grocery shopping at like 3 o'clock in the morning.
I used to do that too. It was fun when I was in like my 20s.
Yeah, most of the fast food places were open 24 hours. Now, everything's shut down by like 9 p.m. around where I live.
But Jewel is still open until midnight here.
Oh, yeah.
That's extra time to get discounts.
Yeah, there were all kinds of restaurants open 24 hours a day, and I don't know. I would like for society to get back to that. That's why I guess you don't want to talk about politics, but I guess for me, I'm
politics a little bit. I'm just like,
I'm supporting Trump.
I might not know like enough about it, but I'm willing to talk about it. People, they want to know what Minnie's opinion is.
Well, I'm supporting Trump. I mean, you got this thing that happened during the first election, in which at this point,
it's like I like all presidents. You know, I like that they're the president. So
at this point.
Yeah.
It's like at this point, it's like 8 years ago, right? So they bring Trump on charges, and it's been in the media the whole time. They paid off Stormy Daniels, and that his campaign finance guy paid it off with campaign money. I'm not sure exactly how much they gave her, but it was like change to Trump. You know what I mean? Like he didn't have to use campaign finance money, but supposedly, and the campaign finance guy, he has like confessed that he did this without Trump knowing, because he didn't want Trump to know he was paying his chick off. He just wanted it to go away because he thought he had a chance to be chief of staff in the White House, and he was trying to make a good, he's going to tell him later or whatever. So anyway, because I'm pretty sure, like, if you tell Trump, oh, Stormy Daniels wants a couple $100,000, not, like he has that money, you know what I mean?
Don't pay attention to like that. I know who Stormy Daniels is.
They act like Trump's Bill Clinton. They act like Trump's Bill Clinton, who actually did take fucking all kinds of money and never had to get any kind of charges or anything.
I loved Ronald Reagan. I loved George Bush Sr. I also thought that Bill Clinton was cool. I loved Obama. I love presidents. I'm not too keen on Biden, however. But, I like to read about the presidents. I like to read books. This is one guy, Ronald Kessler. He wrote about the White House. And I believe he wrote one about the Bushes. And I used to read a lot of anything about George Bush and Barbara Bush. I read the books they wrote, and I met Barbara Bush. We should do a dungeon about that, how I met Barbara Bush and I gave her a hug and she autographed her book.
Have you ever heard that? Have you ever heard that conspiracy theory that she's the daughter of Aleister Crowley?
She looks a lot like him.
She does. They look exactly like him. Her parents used to like socialize with him back in the day.
Awesome. Yeah, I know. I read about that. I love Barbara Bush.
Yeah, they're George Bush Sr.'s dad, Prescott Bush. If you look at him,
Bush, I know about him.
He was running around with Aleister Crowley, and he also was financing the Nazis before World War II. He was a big.
That Aleister Crowley connection is really awesome. I love the Bush family very much. They used to send me a Christmas card every year from College Point in Texas. When it was like 10,000 College Point Road or something in Texas.
See, I had been
for them.
I had been, when I was a kid, I just kind of identified as a Republican. I don't identify as a Republican.
Me too. In high school, as a teenager, I was a Republican.
But I don't identify as
liberal. But I was a Republican even more than he was.
I'm really weird. I'm kind of socially liberal, but because I don't give a fuck what anyone does. I feel like, for instance, if you're some satanic weirdo and you want to be married to 5 women and live on a ranch or something, to me that's none of my business. You're the one that. Like, if you go out in public and people are like, oh, you're scum or whatever, you're the one that has to fucking deal with that because it's free speech. But, of course, you don't have to deal with harassment, But if you're just out,
my civil rights.
If you're just out in public and somebody's criticizing your lifestyle or whatever, you have to put up with that. But you also have the right to live that lifestyle. I don't give a fuck. And I'm more financially conservative. Like, to me, it's like, I don't go so far as to say I don't think there should be any public benefits, because for me and my whole entire bloodline, going back a lot of generations now, have been forced to pay into that. So I feel like I'm owed that, you know what I mean? Because what they want to do is they want to stop doing it, and then you don't get anything from this point on, And it's like, no, I've paid, I'm owed this, So if I ever need it.
Security, I hope they never take it away in my lifetime, because I'd be fucked.
Well, I don't think anyone can get it anymore except for immigrants, it seems, I mean, and I'm telling people like you.
You know what this affords me? Time, so that I can work and do what I want for a living, being an entertainer. So I work hard. Yeah,
when I was in college, I had I don't know. I used to be. I don't want to go into it, but I had some kind of business that I dealt with a lot of artists, right? And they started telling me that, they were like, "Why do you work?" Because I was working at the time, going to college and doing this other thing, and they were like, "Why do you work?" And I'm like, "Because I need money to live." And they're like, "Well, you can just sign up for this benefit." And I'm like, "Well, there's nothing wrong with me." And they're like, "Well, I've talked to you, and I know you have anxiety." And I'm like, "Yeah, but it doesn't affect me going to work." And they're like, "Well, you don't have to work if you have anxiety."
You could have went to Vietnam.
No, these people,
the military.
Everybody I knew had houses, they had cars.
Really?
They had all kinds of food. They had more money than me, and they were on these social benefits, and I kind of got.
Dad, did you come from money, or did you come from a working class family like I did?
No, I came from a working class family.
Okay, and
I mean, my parents worked in a factory, you know.
what were we talking about here? You were talking about when you were in
I
college.
totally. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So it kind of turned me off to that because I was looking at these people, what they were doing, and I knew that there was nothing wrong with them, and I knew I had to work. I mean, they were telling me how to do it, but I just felt like they were scamming the system. I honestly felt like I would get busted, although I don't think I would get busted.
Do you have a 4-year degree?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. And you and me both have 4-year degrees. College love. Did your college have like a football team? Was it a Big Ten college? And did you go to spring break and all kinds of cool, fun shit like that?
It wasn't a Big Ten, but it was a pretty. I mean, it was a fairly large school. I don't want to say where I went, but
I know. Well, people know I went to Columbia. They'll find out anyway.
I almost went to the School of Broadcasting there. I got in, but
Oh yeah, I remember you told me that.
But I decided not to. I was going to transfer.
You don't be surprised how many people think that I never went to college and shit. It's funny as hell. I got my diploma in there. I got both of it. I went in last summer. I did in my current name, showed them the ID and everything. So I got my degree from Roosevelt and Columbia College in my current name, Andrew Paul Roach.
I almost went to Cal Arts also. That was another place I almost went to.
I almost went to the school, Rochester, New York. It was an art school there.
I got into the Tisch Film School out of high school in New York City. I couldn't afford it. It was a private institution, so I would have to come up with a loan. And back then it was like $20,000 a year or something. And I would have to pay it all myself. No way, because I ended up paying like $20,000 for my entire 4-year degree where I went. You know.
Yeah, I have to stand up. My legs hurt too much right now.
And I know Cal Arts was like nothing. Cal Arts didn't cost anything. It would only cost me the first year. And then after I became a California resident, it would cost like nothing, you know.
California love?
Yeah. I kind of wish I went to Cal Arts.
California is very intriguing to me. I want to go there again. So fucking bad. I wish I could live there. I know it gets dangerous and shit, and they have a different way of thinking and all, but people were so nice to me there. And while it's laid back, they'll also slit your throat while they're smiling at you. I mean, I know. I'm realistic. I've been homeless, so I'm realistic about people. You know, I wouldn't just follow someone blindly and, hey, let's go to a party. You know, no. You know, I would love to go to California, and I'd probably have more opportunities there if I was there.
So yeah, most of the artists, people that work as artists, and they make a lot of money, and they just deal in cash. They won't take. That's why a lot of times, you know, I used to do stand up back in the day, and they pay you in a brown.
Stand up comedy?
I just stand up back in the early '90s.
Fuck
And
yeah.
they would pay you. They give you cash in a brown paper envelope because most of the comedians wanted to be paid in cash.
Cool. How long did you do that?
Just for a couple of years.
Do you have
My anxiety fucked that up. I had like a meltdown on stage, man, one time, like really bad. And, yeah, these people were like eating on this fucking stage. It was like, I don't know, like they served food. And some people were like sitting in the front of the stage, and this guy was sitting there fucking eating chicken, and I was doing my fucking show, and I kept watching this guy like work this chicken bone, man. He was like wasn't paying attention to me whatsoever, and I started like looking around, and you know, I saw some other guy. He was just like staring at the wall, like
You're performing and you want people to look at you. That's totally understandable. So you do have experience as an entertainer.
Well, I normally that's just normal shit. I mean, you have like this place was packed, and they weren't there for me. It was like I was opening for someone that was rather well known, and
I would like to see a video of that if you have it.
There is a video of it, but I threw it away a long time ago because it's like a big shame in my life.
I've done the same thing.
It was professionally recorded too.
Oh,
it was like there was a film crew there, and I got a copy of that tape.
Did you have a beard back then?
No, I was like literally like 19. I started right out of high school, and I would go play bars, and you know, I wasn't old enough to drink. I wasn't supposed to be there, but you could be there as an entertainer.
What was that? Yeah, as an entertainer, what clothes did you wear? Did you wear those suspenders with the rainbows, or did you?
No, I wasn't one of those suspender comedians.
Black or whatever, like a beat poet. You would be a good beat poet. You look like Allen Ginsberg, and he's awesome.
Oh, but anyway, I just flipped out, man. I kicked this guy's plate of fucking chicken like halfway across the room, dude. Like,
Yeah.
I just fucking kicked it and went into the crowd and hit some lady, and
Oh, cool.
all these people were trying to fight me, and
I bet you weren't allowed there anymore after that, right?
oh, dude, there was like, oh, it was like, it was almost like a riot, dude. Like,
Were you banned? Did you get banned for that?
no, they tried to book me. They tried to book me again later,
Awesome.
but I somehow like it made me never want to perform again because I just felt
That's a shame.
I felt stupid. Like you know.
People have to go and fucking interrupt entertainers. They don't realize what they're doing.
Well, they weren't really doing anything. I felt like
they pay to go see Michael Richards and they're in there harassing him. So he's like, and we're this, and we're that. You know, they shouldn't be disrupting.
that's the thing. Like they weren't even. Nobody was harassing me, man. They were just like eating their food or like whatever. You know,
I
like
understand how that can drive you up the wall.
yeah. So I mean, I still had people trying to book me after that, and but I just quit. You know, I went into like a depression. Like it really didn't have anything to do with that incident. It was just like
depression today because of what happened back then. Is that
no, that's what I'm saying. I've been depressed. You know, I have clinical depression. I've had it since I was a kid. Like
okay?
they say, like after you've been depressed like over 10 years, you can't be cured.
They say every time you go through a depressive episode, it gets 70% worse each time. Is that true?
No, I mean my thing is weird because I've been depressed so long. I don't even feel depressed. Like it's just feeling depressed feels like being normal to me.
Dysthemia, when you're just constantly in a level of depression.
Yeah. So for me to feel depressed, I have to be almost in that like rock bottom of despair, like you're about to neck or whatever. So I don't really ever feel depressed. I just kind of I don't know how, but it affects me. I'm down all the time. Like I talk slow.
And my depression affects me in an up and down manic way. Like when I went in Todd's show, I felt like a fist came at me, and all of a sudden, I was like this, and I was weak, and I couldn't look up at the camera. I was depressed and despondent.
That's how I feel constantly. Like I feel like I have no energy. And it's not that I don't have energy. I just have this depression that I don't even realize I have anymore. You know,
depression will fucking cripple you. You won't even be able to get up to use the bathroom. End up laying.
I'll go to the doctor and I'll be like, man, I can't move. You know, like I can't even like.
That shit.
And they're like, there's nothing wrong with you. You know.
They want to put all these pills and shit in you so you'll cheer up, but then you're not creative anymore. That's why I won't take that medication.
Yeah, I mean, they gave me a lot of weird crap, misdiagnosing me, and that's why I won't take pills now. I haven't taken pills since I was in high school. You know,
pills are bad.
And also I can't be cured. They told me that. I mean, any kind of pill I would take would just be like a masking of the symptoms or whatever.
Did it help you going back to doing the dungeons and these other interviews that you've been doing? Keeping busy, is that helping you?
Well, I mean, I'm not saying like I don't want to, because a lot of people when you say you're depressed, they think you're suicidal or whatever. I have absolutely no suicidal.
Yeah, it's like
at
you
all,
want to die, but you're not suicidal. That's how I feel often.
I just feel down all the time, like I can't move and shit.
That
you know,
sucks.
like
I hate that. I have that too. I hate that. But I get up and down though. I don't just stay. Maybe it's because I have a poor memory and that's why I'm able to get out of it. A lot of my self-sabotaging and the way I treated Todd and shit, that's also my poor memory, which is caused by my diabetes. The diabetes is actually causing swelling in my brain, which is why I'll cough. You notice I haven't coughed at all, hardly at all, since we've been doing this tonight?
Yeah.
So at least I'm able to identify now and be public and not hide from the public, and not hide from my fans that I suffer from similar things, but now self-sabotage in many ways for many reasons. Like to survive, I'll do that. Like when my care worker, I had to fire another care worker today because she wouldn't do anything. She just went and sat in her car for like 4 hours. I'm like, why aren't you helping me? You know, I'm on the phone. I'm like, well, I didn't say nothing to her. She was real nice. And then I called the company and I just said, my insurance lady said, just tell her not to come back. She's a nice person. She really was, but I need somebody to come here who's not ready to have a heart attack and all these other problems. I don't want to say no more. I don't want to violate anyone's privacy, but so it's hard for me to find somebody. I'll purposely reveal like to these people that come here, because when they come in here, are they looking at me and saying, well, you can move, there's nothing wrong with you? They don't say that, but I'm thinking that. What if they're thinking that? So I'll be like, I can't do anything. I can't use my hands. I can't see like distance and shit. And I feel like I have to put myself down in order to get people to believe that I need help. That's bullshit. I shouldn't have to do self-depreciation and put myself down to get help. I'm not going to do that anymore.
Yeah, you shouldn't do that.
I'm tired of putting myself down. I shouldn't have to. I think about maybe I should get Gene Simmons' books again. I wish I wouldn't have given all those books away. I had every book he wrote. Some of them had his autograph in it. And one day I had one of my manic depressive episodes, because mine are high and low. They're not just like this, like with you. I had a manic depressive episode, and I took all my books and I just took them over by the record store. They wouldn't buy them from me. So I just laid them outside and I walked away. I didn't want to carry them back home because they were so heavy.
Yeah.
I regret that. You know, his book on Gene Simmons on power, he's got two of them, you know, and they're very thin, you know, and it looks like a Bible, the way the leather cover, with I believe gold or silver like lettering on it. And, you know, he gave me a lot of advice, and sometimes, unfortunately, I forget it, you know, but I should have delusional belief in myself, even if I am delusional. I mean, you know, I'm not actually delusional or crazy, but if I don't have a delusional belief, I have to believe in myself. Even if I look like shit, I have to believe in myself, or my fans are not going to be attracted to me anymore. They want to see me all hot and happy, and they look up to me like I'm a leader, and I need to show leadership qualities to my fans so that they have someone to feel safe with. You know, you look at your favorite celebrity and you feel safe when you see them, even though they're nowhere near you. They're over there in California or something, but you see them on the TV and your day gets better because you saw your favorite actor. Now, I felt like that with a few people. And I want my fans to feel safe around Mini Manson. Mini Manson wants to take care of his fans and have a community of fans that take care of each other. The KISS fans, I'm in the KISS Army. I'm a lifelong member. KISS fan members, you know, the KISS Army is known to take care of each other. And some of those people are really fanatical, hence fan, you know. I'm not fanatical about it, but I got my KISS badge. I never got a KISS card, though. I guess they stopped doing the cards where you get the little fan card and you put it in your wallet. They don't make that no more. But Mini Manson's fan club is going to have a card. I've already got a few people saying, hey, when are you going to start it? I got my money ready. And I'm like, just put your money away and let you know.
Yeah, but get back.
PayPal just so they can send me money to join. So, yeah, that fan club's going to come. Go ahead.
Yeah. Just to complete my thought on Trump, my whole thing with him is that, okay, the Stormy Daniels thing happened before the first time he was president. Everybody knew about it the entire time he was president. And when he got out of being president, they should have prosecuted him then if that's what they wanted to do. But instead, they waited until an election year because they knew he was going to run again.
Can he run for president if he has a felony now?
Yeah, he can. Even if he goes to prison, he can run from prison, you know.
Oh, cool, a jailbird president. That would be hot.
He can pardon himself, you know.
It's hard. You know that movie with Mini-Me? It's hard, rock a life. And he's got the bandana, Dr. Evil, and Mini-Me, they're in prison, and he's like this. It's a hard, rock a life. Da 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 da. That's Mr. Trump.
But they had.
Or you don't get my vote.
They charged him with a lot of other stuff at the exact same time, and it's just very suspicious to me that they would do it. You know, all this stuff's been around for years. Donald
Trump's advice in his books. I read his books too, and they helped me. I got a lot of good advice from his books.
They bring him to trial during the campaign season, and to me, it seems like a witch hunt. I mean, I'm sorry, you know. You should have done. You should have done this 4 years ago if that's what you wanted to fucking do.
Manson too, but he rose out of the ashes.
So I don't think. I mean, honestly, I don't think that. I think most people can see what's going on. They've tried to take him off the ballot. Like they don't even want you to have the right to even vote for who you want to vote for.
You don't have a choice anyway. Republican, Democrat, they want you to think you have a choice. The person chosen. You don't really. Voting's still fun, and you should do it. So, just in case. But
yeah, that's why they
talked about that too, and he says you don't really have a choice.
When you've got the Bush family, when you got the Clintons, when you got the Bidens, you got the Obamas, you got all these fucking people who it came out in leaks were doing fucking crimes, and the FBI never has once pursued any kind of charges on these fucking scumbags, and they're all on one side calling this other guy a fucking criminal, and they're demanding justice. I'm sorry. I'm voting for that fucking guy because every fucking scumbag I've ever seen in my fucking life hate him.
I wish I could run for office, but I don't have $200,000. That's how much it costs to be on the ballot. Oh, and you have to get signatures, which I'd have no problem doing. I would run as Mini Manson, and I'd use this logo here. Let me show this for your audience because I'm super hot.
You should run not for president, run for like a local office because I think you could do that pretty cheap.
That's true.
I knew a guy that ran for senator one time.
I don't think I'm smart enough to be a political person though.
And he was on public. This guy I knew that ran for senator. He was on public assistance, so he somehow was able to finance it. I don't know, but he actually ended up getting like 30,000 votes, which
politicians are hot. I've made out with quite a few of them. I was a female at the time, but I made out with a shitload. I made out with a state senator. I won't say his name, and we will not dox him. It was hot. And that was over 20 years ago, 30 years ago, in fact. It's like over 30 years ago. I was in college. But that guy was fucking hot. And yeah, I used to have this board committee. It would get me jobs out of high school into college.
I mean, Biden had, they've got charges of him. They've got charges against Trump for having classified documents that the president of the United States can see. But he's not president anymore. But he had copies in his house, and they're charging him with that. Now, Biden. Listen to me, Minnie. Biden recently he got caught. He had stuff the president could only see from when he was vice president.
Okay?
He was never cleared to fucking see this shit that he had.
Oh.
And they came out and they said they weren't going to press charges against him because he has dementia.
It's amazing what people get away with. I wish I could get away with all that kind of stuff.
And meanwhile, you can't have dementia and be president. So they're saying
that's true. Biden, I think he has it real bad.
Maybe he for sure does, man. He's got a hand up his leg. He's like just a fucking corpse puppet. That's why you don't have people with dementia.
Figureheads. The fake presidents are figureheads. They do have the power to send a law, but people advise them. They have brilliant people around them to advise them.
The other thing is we're saying Trump said the N-word during the taping of An Apprentice. There's no tape of this or anything. Meanwhile, there's all kinds of tape of Biden saying the N-word and him hanging out with and him saying
awesome.
He hangs out with because back in the day, a lot of the Democrats, most of the Democrats were the KKK members were Democrats, and they had grand wizards in public office, and they were all his best friends. He would be like hanging out with all the grand wizards of the KKK shit of the day.
Right now,
and he's fucking president. They don't bring this up, and he fucking says shit like, "You ain't black unless you vote for me." Some fucking old white fuck.
Maybe you should join my Discord. No, I'm just kidding.
See, I hate the whole thing, man. It pisses me off, but I just want.
I know people get very serious about politics. It's hard for me to, but I can talk a little bit about it.
The reason these rich people are all into this far left shit and wanting people to be on the system and shit is because they're going to get government contracts where they have no competition. Like if everybody's getting free milk, there's going to be one company get that contract to make milk for the whole fucking entire country. They can charge the government whatever they want. They have no competition.
You know what you look like right now? You look very strange. And I'm not even high.
Poke Runyon.
You just look fucking weird. The way your head was, and
So
I'm gonna call you Allen Ginsberg, Happy. He's awesome though.
yeah, well, we've been going a couple hours now, so let's go ahead and call it a night. This is gonna be a
This is a good one. I like this one. I can't wait till you put this one out. Because I talked about stuff I never talked about before, even a little politics and shit.
yeah, this is gonna be a Your Morning Turns to Darkness. I'll put it out in the morning. I'm gonna put
I
out
can start being
one big thing.
political. You know what? We can start talking political and shit, you know, and subsequent shows. I want to do a dungeon on the Marines. I want to do a dungeon on William F. Romer, the most decorated FBI agent. I can talk 15 minutes about that in the FBI and that I was interviewed by them. I would like to do a dungeon on that. And
Well, Mini, thank you for
talk a political one too if you want. You're welcome.
yeah, thank you for joining me on Your Morning Turns to Darkness.
You're welcome. I want to thank the fans who sat through all of this and learned some new things about Manny. Manny is political, and through time you learn a little bit more about people I've met. How I met Mrs. Bush and I hugged her, you know, Barbara Bush.
Well, I think the same thing.
The service guy was looking at me like that, you know.
You have a good night, Manny. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Grady. You look awesome.
Thank you.
Peace, man.